Hey folks, welcome to chapter 6, step number 4, SEO prep or search engine optimization prep. Now one of the first things I do when I create a page is I then go and prep it for search engines. And just a couple of simple things to do before I add content just in case I forget later on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to our Dreamweaver program. I've created a new page called Colin's New Page. Right now there's basically 5 things I can do in this page to prep it for the search engines. So let's just open the page up and I'll give you a bit of an example here. The first thing is the title, and that's where you can change that right up here, or you can click on page properties and go to the title and encoding, and you'll see the title right there. Or you can switch to code view, go right to the top of the page, and there it is, title right here. The title is what tells the search engines the purpose of the page. Collins, and this is where I'd give a little bit of a description. Okay, you want to sort of use the same key phrases, key terms that people might use in order to find this page using a search engine. So it'd almost be like using a search query, if you want to call it that. So if I typed in Collins Frezou page, chances are if somebody types in the word Collins and Frezou in the same search query, they'll find this page, or hopefully find this page. Okay, so that's sort of number one, is change the title right here. Okay, now step 2 and 3 also deal with meta tags, but they're not overly popular. And what I mean by that is we looked in the code view earlier and I said we had the title right here. Well, below that we have the keywords and the description. And right over here in the double quotes we have keywords, and over here we have the description. These are what we call deprecated meta tags. In other words, they're not really used very much by search engines anymore. They are to a certain degree, but they don't have a lot of relevance on the actual searchability of the search engine optimization. They're more used for descriptions and whatnot in the listings of the page, but they don't have a huge impact on whereabouts in the listings your page will come up. So use these if you want to, or just remove them if you don't. Like I said, I don't even think Google puts any weight on them anymore, simply because they were abused in their very, very early years. But that is something else you may want to consider. Put it this way: don't omit anything if it has the possibility of helping out. I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it. Keep them short and sweet, because you don't want to convolute the site with a lot of keywords and a lot of description that aren't really relevant. So if anything, put something in there that supports the title, and maybe some keywords in there that would talk about or describe some of the information on the page, but I wouldn't spend more than a minute or two on each page doing that. The next is actually even more important than, it comes right after the meta title. The title up here is the most important SEO thing you can do on a page. The next most important is the H1 and the H2 descriptions. So first, let's go to our view, visual aids, and let's hide all the junk. Next, let's collapse this panel because we can't see the visual, the title and the description when the page is in, without the page being in full mode here. Okay. The title is an H1 tag. The description is an H2 tag. These are very important tags according to search engine optimization, because it supports the same thing as the meta title does. It tells or helps to tell search engines what your page is about. So this is where I would say, optional page title. I would change this to support the meta title. So I would type in something like Collins Frezou information page and stats, something like that. Getting rid of the rest of the stuff up here. And then for the description, being an H2 tag, I'd probably put winning Frezou team Collins trophy page, something like that, where I have the word Frezou and Colin, but a little bit of different information in there, that would be relative to information that's lower down on the page. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the key areas that you can tweak for your search engine optimization, right? Keeping in mind those 3 things: the title here, the the SEO H1 tag title and the H2 tag title are the most important. That's why they're always up sort of at the top of your page.